Wow. My friend, what brand is your T-shirt from? I've not seen this brand before. Do you think it's because I've just returned from abroad? Quinton stared at Gerald as he made a jaw-dropping expression on his face, and his lips curled up slightly as he smirked at Gerald. Ha ha ha. It's just an ordinary brand. Gerald did not intend to pick an argument with Quinton. Oh. Is it really from an ordinary brand? By the way, Harold, have you seen this brand before since you've always been in the country? Quinton turned around to look at his classmate. No, I've not seen this brand before. Would you like me to look it up on the internet? Harold shook his head before he smiled. In fact, everyone could tell that they were just trying to mock Gerald. Ha ha ha. Serves him right for being jealous of Quinton. Now we get to watch other people ridiculing him for being poor. Jocelyn said as she laughed. After all, Quinton has just returned to the country after studying abroad. How could Gerald ever be compared to him, anyway? Quinton, thank you so much for what you did for me. Alice was really very happy and grateful. Quinton is a really amazing guy. Do you know the Southern Food Industries? That's his family business, and they are a tycoon in the food industry. Didn't the news mention that Southern Food Industries is currently facing capital and financial issues? Gerald had been quietly listening in on their conversation. What do you mean by that? Isn't it common for huge businesses and industries to face capital and financial problems? Why are you so jealous? Alice glared at Gerald with a furious expression on her face. Some people are just like this. They are jealous and envious of others, and they seize every opportunity to target their weakness and shortcomings to put them down. Such people are really disgusting. Jocelyn replied in a contemptuous manner. By the way, Quinton suddenly said, I heard that the Fisher family has gone bankrupt, and that they've lost Grand Marshal restaurant that they used to own on Mayberry Commercial Street. My dad also mentioned that there is a very grand and luxurious manor there with a hot spring inside. Wayfair Mountain Entertainment. Alice, since you did not manage to go into Wayfair Mountain Entertainment the last time, I can bring you there today. I just need to give my father a call. Oi. Seriously. You're the best brother, Quinton. Jocelyn said in a charming manner. Did you not drive here? Quinton looked at Harper. Harper shook his head, and he felt very embarrassed at this time. But Quinton, there are 7 girls, so 2 cars would be enough for us, but what about them? Alice asked as she pointed at Harper and the rest of the boys. Naomi, you can go ahead with the rest of them first. We'll join you later. After all, we've already ordered a table full of dishes. Gerald quickly said. Alice quickly replied, ha ha ha. You'll come and join us later. Do you really think you'd be able to enter Wayfair Mountain Entertainment without Quinton? Moreover, why are you being so sarcastic? It's just a table full of dishes. Do you want me to pay for the food, then? After the girls left, Harper felt as though he no longer had any appetite. Harper, don't feel so discouraged. I said that we'll go to the manor, and I will make sure that we do so. Just trust me. Gerald took out his cell phone before he called Zach. Zach, I will head over to Wayfair Mountain Entertainment with my friends later. If it's convenient for you, could you send 2 cars over here to pick me up? Excuse me, sirs. Will all of you continue having your meal here? At this time, a beautiful waitress came over to their table. No, just pack up all the food for us. We will bring it over to Wayfair Mountain Entertainment to enjoy the food there later. Gerald said. The beautiful waitress and the people around them almost burst out in laughter as soon as they heard Gerald's words. Is this guy a fool? Who do you think you are? You actually want to pack your food from this restaurant to bring over to the Wayfair Mountain Entertainment as dinner instead. The people around them continued mocking them. At this time, 3 luxury cars suddenly drove past the restaurant. 3 Rolls-Royce Phantoms parked right in front of the restaurant. Wow! 3 Rolls-Royce Phantoms. One of those cars is worth almost $1.5 million. Oh my god. 3 men dressed in black suits stepped out of the car. They walked straight to Gerald, who was busy packing up the food at this time. Mr. Crawford. The 3 bodyguards greeted Gerald as they bowed respectfully at a 90 degrees angle. What? Mr. Crawford. Everyone in the restaurant was shocked. Harper and the other boys were even more surprised at this time. Guys, why don't we get into the car so that we can get to the manor now? Mr. Crawford, please let us carry the food for you. The bodyguards ran over before they took the packed food from Gerald's hand. Harper and the rest of the boys followed Gerald out of the restaurant, as though they were living a dream. Mr. Crawford, please walk slowly. The beautiful waitress' face was already pale at this time, and she greeted Gerald in a respectful manner. After a short drive, they finally arrived in front of the entrance. Gerald and the boys saw Alice and the rest of the girls as they were walking inside. Look. It's Gerald and his roommates. How did they manage to enter? Jocelyn exclaimed in surprise when she saw Gerald and the rest of the boys walking in. Damn it. Don't tell me they secretly sneaked in. It was Harold who said that. He was staring at Gerald and the rest of the boys with a contemptuous expression. Alice approached Gerald with a stern expression on her face as she said, Gerald, I hope you can tell us the truth now. If you really did sneak in today, then you'd better tell us in advance so Quinton can help us figure out a solution. I'm telling you the truth. If you want to, I'll bring you into the manor and we can all have some fun together. We can eat, enjoy a bubble bath in the hot spring, and enjoy all the other facilities here. What did you just say? You want to bring us into the manor? Do you even know who you are? Why don't you take a look in the mirror instead? Don't you see the bodyguards who are standing guard outside the manor? Jocelyn asked angrily. Yes. It is already difficult for someone like Quinton to bring us into the manor, and you think that this is really up to you. Quinton smiled wryly at him. There are 14 of us here. Entering the hot spring itself would cost at least $20,000. Moreover, if we were to eat in the manor, it would cost us at least $30,000 to $40,000. Gerald looked at Naomi. Naomi, do you trust me? If you trust me, just follow me, and I'll bring you into the manor. Naomi gritted her teeth as she nodded. Ha ha ha. Just wait and see. Gerald will definitely get chased out later. I hope he won't implicate and embarrass us. Jocelyn said as she watched silently. However, in the next second, their eyes widened in disbelief. Gerald managed to get into the manor. Moreover, the bunch of bodyguards also bowed respectfully when they saw Gerald. What is happening? Quinton asked with an incredulous expression on his face. Jocelyn was so shocked that she had no choice but to cover her mouth with her hand. Gerald got in without facing any problem at all. Alice was in utter disbelief at this time. Quinton had a very ugly expression on his face. He decided to call his father again. He quickly took out his cell phone before he told his father about the situation. Ha ha ha. What's the big deal? Let's go, Alice. I'll bring everyone into the manor today, Quinton said as he smirked. All of them followed Quinton into the manor. The inner periphery of Wayfair Mountain Entertainment was indeed very different. Alice was shocked when she entered the manor. Oi! Guys, look. What is that? At this time, Jocelyn pointed to an elegant attic above the beautiful hot spring with a waterfall. Some people were eating in the attic. Is that the micro-dining pavilion? Quinton said in an envious tone. Quinton, how much does it cost to enter? It should be really expensive, right? Jocelyn asked. Very expensive. It's not just expensive. It costs $45,000, excluding the prices of the food. Moreover, even if you have money, you might not necessarily be able to eat here because you have to have a certain identity to dine here. Only the very wealthy and powerful can afford to enjoy their dinners here. Hey! Look there. Alice, Quinton, take a look up there. Why do I feel as though those people really look like Gerald and his roommates? After staring for a long time, Jocelyn felt as though something was wrong. Impossible. Alice could not believe her own eyes. How could a pauper possibly afford to be up there? It was absolutely impossible. Ring, ring, ring. Just then, Alice received a phone call from Naomi. Alice, why did you guys come in so late? All the dishes have already been served. I can see you. Look up here, the scenery from up here is really amazing. Why don't you come and join us? Alice could see Naomi standing on the micro-dining pavilion as she beckoned for them to come and join them as soon as possible. Oh my god. It is really Gerald, Naomi, and the rest of the boys. This. Jocelyn gulped at this time. Harold looked at Quinton with a nervous expression on his face. Brother Quinton, I think we should just leave instead of challenging him any further. Quinton snorted coldly as he said, Damn it. Why are you afraid of him? I don't believe that the pauper can actually be so powerful. Let's go.